up, everybody? We're back with Politicking today. How you guys doing? Good? Everybody doing good?
Are we doing that again?
I guess. We kind of just started. I wasn't ready.
Autopilot, dog.
Autopilot.
I just heard clapping. I'm like, that's something else, or we're starting Politicking. You know?
What's up, boys?
How you guys doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Man, I'm good. Yeah. Did we miss last week?
We skipped last
week. It was a holiday last week, so we, we follow the government ordered rules of,
of course.
Don't go to work.
We got the American flag now, so we get all holidays, federal and whatever holidays.
We get all the black rock and crack rock holidays popping up in here, you know?
Yeah, speaking of crack rock, we wanted to talk about pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah. You know, it's advanced. I mean, until then, like they say, the new the drug dealer, you know what I mean? Like, pharmaceuticals aren't. That's what they selling on the streets now, more than anything. You know what I mean?
And then you can
that
say
and fake fentanyl pressed pills.
I mean, in pill form.
Yeah,
You still got.
I mean, fentanyl's technically a pharmaceutical. You can get fentanyl prescribed.
Yeah, and then
if you have cancer, if you're dying.
If you exactly, and if you pressing that shit up, it's still pharmaceuticals.
We're all dying, Eric. We're all dying. Okay.
Pharmaceuticals in a prettier form. Yeah, but yeah. Just talking about it a little bit. I know me and Jorge was chatting a little bit about it. He knows a little bit about it. The thing about pharmaceuticals, like, them motherfuckers be selling drugs, basically. Oh, I got to stop cussing. But anyways.
You cuss a lot.
I do.
Were you cussing? I don't even hear it anymore.
Yeah.
No, it sounds so natural out of his mouth.
Because it be real, man. Like, even when I cuss in my stand-up, it just be...
Man, this is how I talk.
This is how I talk, dog.
But basically, there's a drug dealer in every corner now. I mean, there's always been. But it just seems like doctors, to me, just hand it out more.
Honestly, it's getting better than it was. There was like an era where like they were like actively prescribed. From what I hear, it's pretty hard to get prescribed opiates now. Like,
before, like, so when I had dental work done, dental work, my dentist would just be like, yeah. Now he's like, just take Tylenol. And I actually had the nurse at the doctor's or the dentist's office tell me, if you take Advil and Tylenol, it's technically a Vicodin. So there's ways around this.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was in high school, they had those 80 milligram Oxycontins going around. It's like, those should never have been produced ever. That was an insane thing to put out on the streets. And then they were like somehow easy to get. Like,
and you were getting
multiple people that could get lots of them. It was like, what the fuck?
You were getting prescriptions for, 120, 180 days. But you know what I mean? For 1 month, like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll give 3 or 4 a day of 80s. Like, the tolerance with opiates builds so fast. It's crazy.
If you take them on, it's messy.
And that's why people are able to take fentanyl. You know what I mean? Nowadays, that's enough that an average person, which we've had comedians that passed away from just a little bit of fentanyl laced in the coke. You know what I mean? Yeah, and people die instantly if they're not used to it. So I've had people in my office that were taking like 20, 30 pills a day, like, 20s and 30s of...
In jail, the one dude was in there, he was taking 100 a day.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He's a big dude, but that's still a lot, man.
You build up a tolerance for it, and
doesn't matter.
The sky is the limit. Yeah, the sky is the limit. But, like, I was on vacation. I was recently in Tampa, Florida, and I was at some little event, and there was a lot of people there, and I would, stepped off to smoke some weed, and some guy came up to me for some reason, felt like I had opiates on me. You know what I mean? He was like, hey, man, you mess with the perks. And I was like, no. He was like, well, do you know where they get it? And I was like, no, I'm not from here. He's like, no, I'm not either, man. But I was like, I'm sure somebody in the crowd.
What ethnicity was this young man?
This young man was an African-American.
And he came to you?
He came to me and asked. He was comfortable with asking me for a perk. But the thing that I thought to myself, being in substance abuse counseling, that this person brought his addiction on vacation with him. Like, for real, like, you can't be comfortable and enjoy yourself unless you find that perk. Well, and that's why he was on the outskirts looking.
If he could leave it at home, it wouldn't be an addiction. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it wouldn't be.
It would just be casual drug use, which wouldn't be a big deal.
It wouldn't be. But you out looking, man, I could have been anybody. at the end of the day, I could have been anybody.
Yeah, you could have been a cop for sure.
I could have been a cop. Well, I was smoking weed.
You could have been. Oh, yeah, that's right.
There might have been a reason he asked you in particular.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know, right? Right.
in Florida.
I got dreads. I think I had my gold teeth in. Why? What the fuck would he ask me? Smoking weed?
So you're in Florida.
I felt stereotypes.
You're in Florida smoking drugs.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're the guy to go to because he thought you were a cop. He knows where to get this shit.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt. Like this dude is, really singling me out, even though I was the only person standing there. But, to each his own.
Did you guys hear about the pitcher for the Angels that died from an opiate?
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
Overdose. No, it was a few years ago, but it was a big deal.
But like a bunch
his
of people,
dealer got charged with like manslaughter.
That's what they've
been
doing lately.
Well, not this
That's
dealer, like the people in the clubhouse.
Oh yeah,
people in the organization.
Just somebody who like delivered it to him.
They were getting it for him.
Yeah. Was it Mac Miller's?
Mac Miller.
His person was charged. Who else? Somebody else.
Mac Miller was fake fentanyl pills.
And then even Matthew Perry's doctor.
Yeah, that recently
and
came
his
out.
assistant were all charged with his death for.
Yeah. The one that was it Little Peep? Didn't they charge his person or something
I'm
like that?
Not sure. And then the rapper just died yesterday.
Yeah, Rich Homie Quan just died. You know what I mean? From an opiate overdose. It's crazy because when you think about pharmaceuticals or just drug class in general, there's only certain drugs. That's what people don't really realize. Like, well, if I'm doing lean, if I'm doing pills, I'm not doing heroin. Opiates are opiates. You know what I mean? Like morphine is what heroin is basically, broken down.
There's a pharmaceutical name for heroin.
Yeah. So it's only
morphine, I think.
Yeah, it's only certain drug classes. I mean, you think about opiates only produce codeine or opium from you know what I mean? You're only getting it. That's it. That's the only thing you're gonna get from that. So it's like you have amphetamines, which is Adderall and meth and Molly and you know what I mean, ecstasy. All of that is the same shit. Whether you're getting it on the streets and somebody with a glow stick is giving it to you, you know what I mean? Like it's the same shit.
Or somebody in a white jacket waiting in line at CVS.
I think the only thing that really is just what it is cocaine and weed, right? Like them the only you don't got a street version of
pharmaceutical version.
Pharmaceutical version. You got Marinol for weed, but cocaine, it ain't really nothing.
Well,
cocaine is what
isn't
it
it
is.
Adderall? Yeah.
No, that's amphetamines.
Oh,
it's more like meth.
That's like meth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there is medical grade cocaine.
Yeah. I mean, but it's just cocaine still, right?
It's just cocaine.
It's still called
it's just
cocaine, right? Yeah.
I don't know what it's even for. What situation would they be like, here, you need cocaine?
You know what it is. It's accidentally drought. It was a drought on the streets. It accidentally hit the streets.
If you're
they
sad.
saw how pure it was and how much they can cut it up and actually get through the drought.
If you're sad, you need a little pick me up. You know what I mean? You got stuff to do. You got to drive across country.
Yeah, that's that accidental leak.
It's a little bump will do you.
Yeah. But it was crazy. Like even back in the day, I was sitting there thinking about why I'm so comfortable like taking weed on the plane. Like I tell people today, like I take my joints and put them in the change thing and let them go through the X-ray. And people like, well, you for real? Yeah, you for real? I'm like, yeah, man. But then I'm like, but in the 90s, I had bricks of cocaine in my shoes getting on the plane. Like, and I was like, yeah, that's probably why I'm so comfortable.
Dude, I'll tell you a crazy story about why I would never worry about flying with weed.
Yeah.
When I was on meth, my next door neighbor sold like ridiculous amounts of weed, and I was chilling at his house one day, and this dude showed up, bought 20 pounds of weed. He arrived from New York that day. He got on a plane later that night with 20 pounds of weed and flew back to New York. He wasn't even in Seattle 8 hours.
It used to be like that.
He was not worried at all.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I do it all the time. What are you talking about? I was like, they don't think it's weird that you buy a plane ticket that's just here for 8 hours? He's like, no.
What year was this?
2016.
Damn, they was doing that in 2016?
It's so crazy to me. I'm like, no, dude. they're not gonna catch like an ounce or whatever if that guy's getting away with what he's doing. Yeah. And he said carry on always.
Or do they even give a fuck?
Or do they give a fuck? Or is he someone special? That for some reason people don't fuck with him.
He's
or
an informant.
Like, whatever it is.
It probably might not be that bad now because I mean I know I don't be traveling with a super large amount of weed, but I would assume that dog when he walking, they take the dog around you now.
Yeah.
Will smell it. Maybe they not trained to.
Dude, but the amount of weed, like,
now.
no, they can't be because they'd just be fucking pinging on everybody.
Yeah.
That guy smoked a blunt on his way in. That dude's got a dime bag in his pocket. Like, it would, they obviously don't smell weed.
Yeah. And dude, I'm telling you, I just put some weed in my damn pants and roll it up in the pocket. You know what I mean?
And you still wonder why that guy came up to you?
Do I look like I do opiates? No.
Well,
who knows? What is that? What does that person look like?
No, well, that's the point. It could be anybody.
How high were you at the time when he came up to you?
The person that does opiates could be your next door neighbor now.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. You weren't nodding off on the park bench.
No, I'm cool.
That guy probably smelled it in the park, and he's like, I gotta find who has that. But see, I know that's the gateway into my realm. You know,
that was a gateway drug. That's where it started, the weed, and then
you just
it's the strongest shit. But I mean, even with pharmaceuticals, you're getting people that sell way more drugs than anybody that you can think of, and they get slaps on the wrist because they have, doctorates and whatever the hell they have.
Well, even business licenses.
Business licenses.
Even the family that invented this stuff. Making billions.
Oh, what are you talking about? That family?
Yeah, they're like,
God, what's their name?
I
The
can't remember.
Sackler family.
I think it's a Sackler.
Yeah.
So how many people they've killed? Made billions, and they're fine.
But even
they're never
if
going to jail,
they're not. And if you look at it, they have went on to work for other companies, as CEOs or chairmen and all of that, and basically had immunity of any wrongdoing.
Right.
Paid out, whatever. If I paid $1 billion to, million people, that's nothing. Everybody be like, oh, okay.
Right.
Well, if they want to sponsor a show, if they want to help out the ground level guys.
This this podcast was sponsored by Bear Aspirin.
We'll even go deeper than that. Like Perk 30s brought to you by Politicking 30s.
That would be an interesting conversation. What's the most evil pharmaceutical company?
I mean,
Bayer's up there, dude.
Yeah, they were Nazi level stuff right there.
Yeah. But that's where the Sacklers
have you seen there's like a letter where Bayer requested like 140 Jewish women to run tests on, and like then like there's another letter where they're like, hey, those women were great, none of them survived the trials we put them through, could you send us another 140 just like them? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Bayer was in Germany during the
they were running some crazy tests,
doing crazy shit. And have you seen the videos of
They're
Hitler?
like, let's see how much Advil it does take to kill a Jewish woman.
This shit works.
All right, you can't take more than 200 of these things. We found the number.
Well, have you seen the documentary or podcast about all the stuff Hitler was on?
Oh yeah,
that dude
he was fucking jacked
up. But not only that, what every soldier was on. Mm-hmm. They were all meth.
No, yeah.
And a lot of opiates.
At what was it? The Olympics where he fucking tweaking balls.
Honestly, if you want someone to fight a war, meth's not a bad drug.
Not a bad drug.
It makes you so fucking crazy, dude. Yeah. I remember people would show up at my house just like, I know where this dude lives. Can we go rob him with one of your guns? I'd be like, sure, let's go. Sounds good.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like so a meth addict and a crack addict, two different people. Like crackheads, they will bring you some resourceful shit like throughout the day. You know what I mean? Like Red Bull shit that'll keep you up so that you can stay.
When we lived in the hood, we would put orders in.
Give you some shit. But meth addicts, they'll get high and go into their own world. Like tell that motherfucker to fix your engine. Like, he will sit there and fix your engine. It's gonna take all day. He will take every single part.
He's gonna take your engine apart and never put it back together. Is what's gonna happen.
It depends on how much you feed them.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, he'll take it apart and don't know how he fucking took it apart.
Yeah, that's.
But they do busy work. Like, crackheads annoy you to me. Like, crackheads are always trying to be cool still. You know what I mean? Like, Uncle Johnny, you not cool no more. You not, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You've been smoking this too long. But they try to act cool still. They try to be up in your mix.
They try to be in your family. Like, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, dude, like, chill, you know. But meth heads, they do busy work. You know, give them a Rubik's Cube or something.
They get things done, is what we're trying to say. Where crackheads, they kind of lollygag and try to hang out. No, they try to do something.
Do something.
Do something.
And that's when you got to put a crackhead on blast. What? And dance. Watch this nigga dance, bro. Like, you got to get a crackhead.
That's where you just got to get them smoking the other shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But meth heads, they to me, I just felt like
they're productive.
Yeah.
I guess. That was not my experience.
The thing about him is he's looking at it in a different perspective than we are.
You're too close to the situation.
I guess. Yeah, that's accurate.
You don't want to be that pigeonholed, that lazy meth head. You know what I mean? I wouldn't tell people that.
I was definitely not that. I got good at shoplifting, I'll tell you that.
See, productive.
Yeah. Productive shit. That's what I'm talking about.
That's why the fucking grocery prices are so high, you dickhead.
Yeah, a meth
I was
head,
part of the problem, for real.
I feel like a meth head will go to jail for stealing some shit and he won't call you. A crackhead will call you like you his friend. Like, hey, bro, I just got locked up.
Well, he's trying to sell it back to you.
What am I doing, nigga?
He's like, I just stole these 5 TVs. I sell it to you for $16.
Yeah. Man, I got them here in the dumpster. You can get I trade you the TVs if you can get me.
So growing up, when we lived in the hood, the crackheads, we all knew each other because we all grew up in the same neighborhood, and they would come to the house like, you guys need anything? And one of my parents, I won't put him on blast, but my dad, he would give him a list of things that we need, and he'd come back and give him $50.
Oh yeah, I was that guy.
Yeah,
I would do that at the grocery store. Just give me a grocery list, I'll bring it.
Oh yeah, we had steaks and fucking
quarter sack of weed or whatever.
What is it about women who somewhat look decent? Always like, as a meth head, I don't know what it is. They got game, but it seemed like a older meth head always got a young bad bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is.
Oh, there's just a lot of young hot women that like meth and are like on their way to being not young hot women anymore.
Bro, like,
their shelf life is
yeah. There's a period when a woman first starts doing meth where it's a lot of fun to be with them.
Yeah.
It's like a female comic. They're really fun at the beginning, but once they start getting good, you don't want to be around them. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to find a comparison.
That's a good analogy.
Oh, okay.
But that's funny.
Just like before their looks start to go and they're just really into sex and being cool as fuck.
Yeah. And I don't get it. They'd be with a 43-year-old loser like this dude.
Oh, yeah.
Track your record is terrible, but you just hanging around.
Love is love, Lamar.
A lot of mental illness in the meth community, Lamar.
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
Like, you almost have to be like a little bit mentally ill to even try. Like, we've all been told, like, what's up with meth. Yeah. So if you know and you're still like, I want to experience that.
So you basically saying that most meth heads had a ADHD diagnosis, but they decided not to take regular pills.
Probably multiple. Yeah.
So when I was in rehab, the best kitchen workers in the dish pit were all former meth heads.
Yeah, I agree.
They just,
dude. I first,
because they're used to shitty conditions. So they can put up with a dish pit.
It's hot. It's fucking just cleaning nonstop. You know.
My first job, I worked at Jack in the Box, right? And it was this young kid, and he was high on meth. And he was fucking working his ass off, bro. I was like, I can get down with this. Like, this dude.
They're almost like level Mexican of working, when you're on meth.
Yeah, and then when a Mexican's on meth,
well,
it's game over.
You get pyramid, son.
It's the hardest working person in America right there.
Maybe that's
you get pyramid, son. You get pyramids.
That's what it is. The Mexican meth head who will fucking fix an engine.
2 guys did that.
Without no problem.
2 Mexicans on meth built the pyramids in Mexico. It's science, dog. I'm sorry.
It was a meth tree he was chewing on.
That's it.
The bark of it. That's fucking crazy.
You ever take an Adderall?
No, I don't do
take
drugs,
it back
officer.
in college.
Hey, I'm still on probation. I can't answer some of these questions.
That's just crazy.
Closest I got to that was ecstasy.
I got 4 more weeks, Eric, and I'll answer all your questions.
An ecstasy pill. That was about it, buddy.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I smoked a perk once. Years ago. I didn't know what it was. I was drunk, so I was
I mean.
Oh, I smoked high as fuck.
I smoked a Primo once by accident because I didn't know what it was.
That shit will get
I thought it was a joint. Everybody just passing it around and shit. I'm at a house party, and I'm like, whoa.
This is
smoking those oxys was really popular when I was in high school. I didn't do it, but like I knew a lot of people who did. Yeah,
you chased the dragon.
I didn't know I was drunk first. I didn't do that. Wasn't my first thing. I was.
It's a big part of why I don't drink.
That's why I think that's the gateway drug to me because it lowers your inhibitions. You literally. Totally. I mean, think about it.
I've been saying that a while. That's smart.
Yeah, I was saying that a while because if you think about it, anybody who drinks will who not typically do something like say a female or you know what I mean, somebody say,
or even the person sitting next to you.
I'm sober as hell. I'm going to the club. I'm not getting fucked tonight. Yeah. Shit, you have a couple drinks, you like, ooh, you know what I mean? You're a little bit more loose and more. But if you smoke a joint before you go to the club, you're not going to the club like, I'm ready to fuck now. You know what I mean? Like, you're not. But with liquor, it does make you say, you know what?
I'm going to drive across town with these pills and sell them to whoever I can run into.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. But yeah. So I think that's the gateway.
Absolutely.
I think so too. I agree. Yeah. And it's the hardest to come off of.
A lot of people I know use weed to not do harder drugs. That they find that it's enough for them and it's easy for them to not want to do other things. Whereas once you get drunk, you're like, oh, I want to do coke. I want to do meth.
You know what's crazy?
Sure, I'll do opiates.
All the things we're talking about are on every street corner in America.
For real.
Alcohol and all this pharmaceutical shit is literally anywhere.
Everywhere. Weed personally is enough for me because I think I experience every fucking drug type of symptom that you would have. Like yesterday, I smoked some weed. Man, it was probably some indica base or something like. Man, I was on the couch like trying to stay up because we was at my son came into town and all of that shit. But I was sleepy, so I was trying to stay up. I'm like, I'm waking up and shit. They probably like
it was family time. I had to smoke some drugs.
Same symptom. I mean, but we all smoked. My reaction to it was different.
He's like, all right, my family's cool as hell, okay?
But I was sleepy.
I just got off my drug rehab job, and we all got high.
But I feel like that was the equivalency for me of using an opiate.
I'm not hating. I'm jealous. You know what I mean?
That's funny. Oh, yeah, weed's legal. I mean? Fuck you.
So,
I can't do anything. I turn into a fucking psychopath.
Listen to him. I hope I'm not triggering him as soon as he get off his paper.
My leg did start twitching. I might have restless leg syndrome. I might need a pill right now. But
But to me though, like weed is my everything. I don't need shit stronger than that. Like for real. Like I will fucking get all of that shit.
Strong as hell these days.
It is.
Weed's not even weed no more. I need if I'm gonna smoke weed, I need some Reggie. I can't smoke this new shit.
I know. Where the Reggie at?
I need to find some.
I've heard that. But
you go to Mexico though now, like if you ask for weed, they got regular weed. Like, where did you get this? Like that's all they
That's what I say. Go to Mexico to be healthy.
Regular.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. Mexico's healthy.
If you want your healthy Mexican drugs, your organic, gluten-free drugs.
Can you still get Xanax over the counter in Mexico?
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't know, officer.
That's so dangerous. Xanax is such like that. I'd say that's like up there with meth to me as far as like scary dangerous drugs.
That's probably one of the worst. With alcohol and Xanax, you can actually die.
You can die from the withdrawals. Also, like just. It doesn't really take that much Xanax to make you black out and do crazy shit.
Oh, yeah. You won't
People act like that's just a good time, and it never is.
Xanax is like this.
It is.
I took a pill. I'm wide the fuck awake. I'm interacting to a degree with people, but then I'm like, did I take that pill? Yeah. And then you pop another one, and then 10 minutes later, you like wide awake talking, and then you like, did I take that pill? And you just keep popping that shit because you will lose track of time, a person talking to you, man, everything. Like I've watched.
That's what I heard about powder too. Is you do it, and then 15 minutes later, you're like, yeah, I need more because it's wearing off.
For sure.
You know, that's why it's just a waste.
Xanax though, like it don't even wear off Cocaine, that shit wears off.
No, Xanax, you just don't feel like you're high. Like you're fucked up. Your eyes are like this, and like you're slurring your words, and you keep saying the same shit over again, and then you'll just be like, no, I'm sober. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and argue the fuck out of it with somebody.
Get angry about Xanax is a scary drug, dude.
And then when you're in Vegas, you order like 32 lemon drop cookies, and you don't know where you fucking got them from. It's fucking insane.
You fucking eat all your pills and wake up like 3 days later with no Xanax, dude.
None, bro. Bro, that's the one of those
having panic attacks.
That's one of those ones you will sell your whole script feeling good as fuck because you got it, and then turn around and buy it back for higher, for more.
That's the worst feeling, just waking up and just realizing there's like hours gone that you just straight up don't remember.
For real, bro.
You're like, I remember being at this party. I'm at home now. That's not good.
Actually, sounds like a great time. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's so scary.
Yeah, that's a scary. And then have seizures from the withdrawals.
Yeah, and panic attacks.
Panic attacks and crawling up the wall.
Don't do Xanax, kids.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't know what that is, what do they call them? Street drugs. What is the street name? Xannies.
Yeah. I think people know Xanax, dude.
Who was that dude? The little... It was a little white kid. Yeah, that motherfucker was high on Xanax.
All the time.
All the time.
It's the dumbest drug to glorify. It's like not even fun.
Alcohol, Xanax, opiates. They say you can't. I mean, I'm sure you can possibly die off of opiate withdrawals, but it's not.
I mean, they say you can't. Just that it's very unpleasant. I'll tell you what you will do. You'll shit yourself
all day long. Trust me, I've seen some of the prettiest strippers run into my clinic. Shitting on themselves like she was a bad bitch when she first did the intake. Not that I was looking, but you know what I mean. Like you saw some people in there like that look normal, strippers. You know what I mean? Come in, try to have their shit together, but they in the fucking
just in rehab. There's cops. There's
everything.
DEA agent. There was a
doctors, teachers. Yeah. Teachers, people pulling into my parking lot with cars that I couldn't even fucking afford.
Lots of chefs.
At all, just in my dreams. You know what I mean? Like shit, it be everyday people. That's what the thing they say, that drugs don't discriminate. They don't. They really don't.
And actually, the more money you have, the more dumb shit you're probably gonna buy.
I have a buddy who basically works out of town with drug addicts, rich drug addicts, who basically he's there to maintain them. He knows they're gonna do the drugs and the stuff that they're gonna do, but he's making sure that they're not going super overboard with it. You know what I mean?
Rich people have that shit?
They get fucking paid, bro. Like my bro, he might get paid. You know what I mean? Like
a babysitter.
Yeah, a babysitter, like a fucking $1,000 a day.
A crack babysitter.
A crack babysitter. A crack babysitter.
A crack babysitter.
That's a new job. We need to get that.
We're in the wrong line of work. Sackler family.
It's just literally your job is just batting a crack pipe out of somebody's
for hand. Real. We starting a meth head start program. Basically crack babysitter.
Yeah, we're in the wrong business, man. Babysitter, or just become rich and you can hire a crack babysitter.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You can do that. You can do that.
We're definitely in the wrong business. This isn't even hardly a business
really needs
anymore.
To take off, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, dog.
That's funny.
Wait. You can watch me and I won't die? This is great. What the fuck have I been doing this shit wrong the whole time?
For real. He said this motherfucker will sleep to like 4 in a day, and then he wake up.
And he just takes his glasses and puts them under your nose, make sure you're still there. Hey, you all right?
You give him a smelling salt. Wake up, do drugs.
Wake up and somebody
sleeps
just has
till
a meal.
4?
Like he'll sleep till 4 and then wake up, do drugs all night, and then
It's called living the dream, Eric.
Yeah,
living the
sleeping till 4
dream.
and then get up and partying all night and then go back
in
to bed.
Hawaii.
So. Yeah,
like in Hawaii, he flies out to do shit in Hawaii or some shit.
Yeah, it sounds good being rich,
bro.
This podcast needs to take off, guys.
Yeah, we'll be doing drugs in Hawaii in no time.
We're all gonna have our own babysitter here.
Crack babysitter. I can do a little drugs. I got a crack babysitter with me. Yeah. He'll make sure I don't go overboard.
Right, Ryan?
Yeah. I wonder
standing in the corner watching you.
I wonder how much the war on drugs is just that kind of forced people into the pharmaceutical industry.
I think it really, really was because what was I saying earlier? Where I think it was kind of like reverse psychology when it comes to pharmaceuticals, because you got to think about them commercials started probably about 15 years ago. You know, the drug dealer isn't on the corner now; he's in the cabinet. You know what I mean? I think it was telling young kids, stop going to the corner to look for drugs. It's in the cabinet. You know what I mean? Like, and now all of a sudden, you know, in the last whatever years, that's the truth.
Well, how much of it was the government seeing how much money's being made and says, I need in on this?
Of course.
And that we can't have me and Lamar's family making all the money.
Yeah, facts.
We need to have most of this, and then we'll keep them sick enough to keep making money, but don't let them die.
Right.
So we keep them just draining that money out of them.
Yeah. So it's kind of like how back in the day, running numbers. You know what I mean? That was something that was huge in the black communities. I think in Hispanic communities too, like as a means to making money within your community.
Right.
And then they ended up, you know, making that illegal, and then that's what the lottery is
the
today.
State lottery.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
And how many state lotteries are there now?
Shit?
You got the Powerball, you got the Mega, you got the Lotto.
Sports gambling.
Will they jump
now.
into that shit? Weed is legal now. Everything is legal. You know what I mean?
Can tax
now.
it.
So
they
that
can
they
tax
can tax it
and keep all the profits.
And keep the profit, monopolizing it. You know what I mean? Like, these people are basically monopolizing the game when it comes.
They cut the mobs out of it.
For real.
The mob and mafia on every race out of the legal activity out of it, and just keeping it all.
Yeah, because it's like the mob now have glasses and briefcases and Harvard educations, and
they're on Wall Street,
you know, and connections to the next man, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about the people that's dominating the pharmaceutical industry as well. You know what I mean? You only hear certain names when it comes to that. You know, Eli Lilly, all of those type of pharmaceutical places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when it was the race for the COVID drug, it only was certain players in that shit.
Right.
Johnson & Johnson, all of that shit.
Dr.
You know?
Fauci, Escobar.
And those people also got immunity from any of the repercussions that came from the drug. You know what I mean? So...
Well, they had a government contract, so...
You know, so yeah, exactly. You get that government contract. That's real balling.
Yeah, that's Henry Hill on a major level right there.
You think Frank Lucas bringing back, you know, heroin in the caskets of fucking U.S. people dying over there, you know, in Vietnam and all of that stuff? You think that was some shit? No.
Right. If you're gonna do drugs, do American. You know what I mean?
Get a government contract, Frank Lucas.
I mean,
support American drugs.
Support,
first.
you know?
Yeah.
Bring it back.
I guess
home.
that's true. How much? Some people think that like the war in Afghanistan was so that the government could go get heroin. You believe that?
I mean,
well, where does heroin go in? All the pills.
And then if you think about it, that's exactly, it goes into all the pills. So if I keep saying that it's coming from China, it's coming from here, it's coming from there, that's a good way to mash it where people, especially extreme, you know what I mean, people aren't really going to look. They're going to think it's coming from China.
You know where else it grows a lot? In Iran. Who are we having a problem with right now? Iran.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take those pussies.
America! Fuck yeah!
So tired of war.
It's done, bro. It's done.
As long as there's rich, greedy people in the world, there's always going to be war.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, that was something that they say that was done by the Rothschilds. They found out how to fund both sides of a war all the way back into, like, you know, days of, like, Napoleon type shit. You know what I mean? Found out how to play both sides in war. I'm going to go fund this side. I'm going to go fund this side. And really, you know.
Just touch both ideologies on both sides.
Exactly.
They both need money to fight a war.
And we'll keep them fueling.
We'll fund your craziness on this side, and we'll fund your craziness on this side.
Just like
you guys go at it, and then we'll fund the next one.
Just like the comedy beef. Like, you know, I heard about that shit. I didn't have a problem with either one of those guys, but I will definitely.
What are you talking about, Lamar? I haven't heard a thing.
Push you into the next person and say, hey, you just gonna let him push you? Just gonna let him talk about your mama? I am that guy.
Listen, I didn't that whole shit. There was a comedy beef recently, and there was it was kind of funny.
It was.
But I got a text like at midnight asking a bunch of legal advice I guess I'm the comedy go-to paralegal now because I'm
Lauren the Bar Law Firm representative. But yeah, man, like you got to play both sides of the fence on shit, to really, pull a wool over people's eyes, I guess.
If you want to make money and survive, you kind of do.
Yeah. Shouldn't be stealing money from people, I guess.
Right.
Does that happen?
I don't know. Is that not what we were talking about?
Oh, which beef are you talking about?
I don't know. It doesn't
There's so much
matter.
beef.
Yeah.
It's like, man, no wonder everybody has a heart problem.
Yeah.
Yep. But this pharmaceutical shit is crazy.
How much is this? The craziness that's going on though is related to pharmaceutical. Like how much does it alter your behavior?
A lot.
For people to act out. Like we saw that other video, the other what was he, comedy producer attack an audience member? How much is that induced by whatever medicine that person's on or lack thereof?
A comedy producer attacks somebody. I know I didn't get too much feedback on that. They did a good job of cleaning and scrubbing the internet with all of the comedy money they're making. Did you hear about that? They scrubbed the internet on that one because I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nobody talking about it. I didn't see nothing about that.
Really? I thought I sent you the video.
You sent me the video of that?
Yeah. Did you see
the producer?
It? Yeah.
I don't think you sent me the video.
Yeah, because the victim posted it on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh shit! Send me that shit.
I'm part of the underground comedy news network.
I get shit
sent,
too, bro.
I get sent all kinds of nonsense every morning. I wake up and there's some bullshit in my inbox.
It's crazy how many people want to go and talk about people and snitch on people on shit. It's wild.
It's wild, especially when they think you book comedy shows.
Yeah.
Wait, don't you? Don't you book Comedy Madness?
He does book Comedy Madness.
I do not book Comedy Madness.
Look, if you go to Comedy Madness, I think it's on their Instagram.
It's been scrubbed.
It's been scrubbed?
Yeah.
Oh, you got that comedy money. You got that comedy money.
Well, I run Comedy Madness. Of course, I had to take it off.
He's trying to keep it, be incognito with his power. That's dope.
Ghost Booker.
Yeah, you're the tastemaker in the scene, Jorge.
That doesn't sound right.
The tastemaker. No Diddy. Pause.
Way to put an exclamation point on the episode with the whatever.
That's
that
a
means.
real thing people say, guys. Just so you both know.
Oh, that didn't sound great at all.
Maybe it's the thing white people say, I guess.
I'm going to go with probably. Probably.
Sounds about correct. Never heard that in the
That
black
sounds like some shit you say after you just finish making meth. Eric's the tastemaker on this one.
Hey, you, come over here. Taste this shit.
But that's been another fun episode today of Politicking. What do you guys think? It went all right?
Yeah, I think it was cool.
We're gonna get some backlash from this from the Sackler family. But if you want to,
But the thing about it, we're just looking for sponsors. I mean, we will definitely do a beer commercial in the middle of this.
Yeah, give us a lot of money and we'll never bring you up again. How about that?
Never.
I think you guys are doing great things out there.
Yeah.
Keep
right.
Yeah.
Keep ruining families.
No.